Just joining us is Pastor David Boetong of Hilltop Faith Ministries, here to talk about the 10th anniversary of the church. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, man.
Yeah, I like your bow tie.
Thank you.
Yes, and right next to you, well, he's part of the family, Nshom Oliver, a transformational speaker, author of over 10 books, including Steps Out of the Box. Welcome back, Oliver.
Thanks, Patience.
You've been traveling around the world, and you're finally back here in Cameroon.
Right.
You'll be telling us about how to transit from the comfort zone to the capacity zone, but can we start with the man of God first?
That's fine.
Yes. Okay. Hilltop Faith Ministries. Tell us about this church.
Yeah, Hilltop Faith Ministries International, it's God's assignment for Cameroon to raise a people of excellence. The vision is being championed by the visionary Apostle Tunde Steve, who has been in the country for over a decade, and his principal assignment is to raise a people of excellence.
Yes.
And over 10 years now, he has been steady on that job, and we are here on 10 years anniversary.
10th anniversary. What are some of the milestones?
Well, when we look back from where God took us from scratch, a people of no quality, a people of no identity, and you look at the Ethiopian nation now, not just in Cameroon, but out of Cameroon, in Africa, and around about the world, we see God has been very impactful through this. As a matter of fact, God has used Hilltop Faith Ministries International to bring to consciousness in the body of Christ the spirit of excellence. Many of us never had an idea of a modern picture of the church. But today we are able to know that it's not just about having a traditional picture like when we had when we were growing up, but church is more about giving life to people and giving hope to destinies.
You keep talking about excellence. How is this established within the church?
Now, it's primarily we have a motto: if it's not going to be done perfectly, then don't do it in the first place. And so it's a spirit that is imbibed in us from the very beginning. And we have training facilities like the Spirit of Excellence Bible Institute and the School of Ministry, and we have recurrent symposiums and seminars from time to time. It's a normal day-to-day life we live.
Okay, so how will you be celebrating these 10 years? It must be spectacular.
Very, very spectacular. First and foremost, we'll be thanking God for bringing to us men from all around the world. We're going to be having Father's father in the Lord from Nigeria, Papa Chinedu Moma, and also welcoming his mentor from South Africa, Dr. Charlie Masala. And then we are going to be having delegates and pastors from other branches around the nation.
Okay, this will be running from March 29 to April 10th, right?
Precisely.
But the anniversary itself is this Friday.
Yeah, the anniversary is on the 4th of March.
What will be happening on the 4th of March?
4th of March is going to be a service day, and primarily we are going to be standing in front of God to give him thanks for everything that he has done and how much he has brought us this far. Okay,
thank you again, Pastor David Boetong. I'm sure you'll be joining in the conversation with Oliver because you have a spirit of excellence in you, and that's inspirational itself.
Certainly.
Oliver, what do you think about the spirit of excellence? Is it something that's important to have?
Right, absolutely. We need to all have the spirit of excellence because God is excellence, so he created us and we can do less than being excellent as he did.
Okay, now you're here to talk about transiting from the comfort zone. What is the comfort zone and why should we leave it?
Right. The comfort zone, patient, is a zone where everything is almost given to us. It's a zone where you can never grow. It's a zone where you feel so comfortable just doing the old stuff and maintaining mediocrity and living an average life. That's literally what the comfort zone is all about.
So why is it bad if it's comfortable?
It is bad. It is often said, you are guaranteed me, this what we call an elastic band. Rubber is at its highest importance or youthfulness only when it's stretched. You notice that? A rubber at its initial stage is never important.
Yeah.
You want to tie something with rubber, you have to stretch it.
True.
So the rubber can only be important when you stretch it. That's the same thing that happens to us human beings. We only become important and meaningful to the world, to our family, to ourselves when we are stretched up. And so you cannot stretch yourself in the comfort zone. It's only in the capacity zone when you can stretch yourself. And that's why it's important to shift or to move from the comfort to the capacity.
How can we do that transition?
Three things we gotta do. First thing, we need energy. You know, the energy it takes to transit successfully is very hard, and that's why during the transition you need to be very focused. You need to maintain your priorities and focus on the key things. Make sure you don't sap away your energy from attending to everybody or from being everywhere. And that we need energy. That's the first thing we need, patience. And the second thing is what we need to transit is the mental toughness. Mental toughness. You need to learn to go through pain and enjoy the pain.
Okay.
Now, one of my good friends said, you must learn to actually hate pleasure and love pain.
Oh.
You know that kind of pain, you love it. It's so painful, but you love it.
Let me just
You know?
add, I was just talking about that before introducing fitness today. It's just like working out. If you don't feel the pain, you have no gain. So I
There we
think
go.
it transits into what you're talking about.
There we
as well.
go.
Yes.
And this is how it happens. You know, whatever you're doing, if you have not started feeling pain, just know that you've not started yet. Yeah, when the pain starts coming, know that you have started. Now, you must learn to enjoy the pain. And at the verge of you tempted to give out, that's when the breakthrough is about to take place.
Maybe you define what pain is. Some people may not understand what you mean by pain.
Good. Pain is in perspective, you know, and different people look at pain at different angles, you know. But personally, I see pain like, you know, that emotion of giving up in whatever thing you're doing. When you come to the level where you have that emotion, that drive, the inspiration, like you want to give up, it's too much. That's the pain I'm talking about.
Okay, so the first thing you said was?
Was energy. We need energy to transit.
Then we need?
The second thing, we need mental toughness, going through pain and enjoying it.
The third thing is coming up immediately after this commercial break.
Awesome.
Welcome back in conversation with Nshom Oliver and Pastor David Boateng. Oliver was talking about how to transit from the comfort zone to the capacity zone. And you listed two things.
Right.
First was?
The first was energy.
Second?
The second was mental toughness.
Third?
The third is what we call emotional strength. With emotional strength, you need to, you know, life is spiritual. And so to succeed in life, you need rituals. And some of these rituals actually comes through emotional strength.
Okay.
With emotional strength, you need to at least make sure you eat a little bit, you know. Eat at least well. Because at times, you need so much energy that if you don't eat well, you can break down in terms of health.
Yeah.
And when you break down, transition will not be possible for you.
Okay.
So with this emotional strain, it has so much to do with your physical being. You have to exercise a little bit. You have to take, you know, a balanced diet at least a little bit, no matter how small it is, to be stable. Because once you're not stable, you cannot transit.
We have to head over to the newsroom, but a quick number for people who need details on this, this celebration, if they want to join you.
All right.
Quickly, a number.
652 12 99 11, or you can go on Facebook, Heat of Faith Ministries International.
Thank you again, Nshom Oliver and Pastor David Boateng. It's time for us to head over to the newsroom. We'll be back with more on Cameron Feeling. Stay tuned.